Hello there, and welcome to Her Money Mindset, the podcast where we talk about all things money, mindset, and how our relationship with finances shapes our lives. I'm Courtney Schweingler, and I am so excited to have you here. This podcast is for women, couples, or anyone who wants to take control of their financial futures, transform the way they think about money, and finally break free from any limiting beliefs or fears surrounding their finances. Whether you're just starting out on your money journey, you're looking to build wealth, or you want to get clear on your financial goals, this show is for you. Here on Her Money Mindset, we're diving deep into topics like budgeting, saving, investing, and everything in between. But we're not just talking numbers and strategies. We're digging into the real reasons why so many of us struggle with money in the first place. Our mindset around money plays a huge role in how we handle it, and it's about time we got real with it. I'll be sharing tips and tools to help you feel more confident in your financial decisions, but we'll also be exploring how your personal history, upbringing, and past experiences with money can influence how you manage it today. It's time to heal that relationship with money and make it work for you. So, if you're ready to shift your mindset, build the life you deserve, and start making your money work for you, then you're in the right place. I cannot wait to take this journey with you. And if you need some tools to get you started, you can find my budget bundle, which is a $76 value that you can get for just $67 by buying the tools together. You can find that in the link in the show notes. This bundle includes my budgeting template, 10-day money mindset challenge, and my 2-week budget bootcamp. These tools are also available individually if one specifically meets your needs at this time. If you've made the decision to take back the control over your finances, now is the time to go grab that budget bundle and get these amazing tools to help you on your financial freedom journey. I'll have this linked in the show notes and in the bio of any of my socials for you to grab today. Now, let's dive into today's episode, which is 5 money lessons I wish I learned sooner. Today, we're diving deep into 5 money lessons I wish I knew sooner. These are the things that would have put me in a better spot had I known them, so I hope you find the value in what I have to share and that it helps you get further along on your financial freedom journey. If you're tired of always feeling like you're behind, constantly starting over, or wondering why budgeting just doesn't seem to stick for you, you're going to want to stay for this episode, and let's get into it. Lesson 1. I wish I knew to use a high-yield savings account. I used to keep my savings in a traditional bank account, earning literal pennies in interest. Seriously, like literal pennies, you guys. And here I was thinking that I was being responsible just by saving, period. But what I didn't realize was that that money could have been working for me by gaining interest in the background without me having to do anything extra. So this is where high yield savings accounts come in. These are savings accounts that actually will earn you significantly more interest than traditional ones, sometimes 10 to 20 times more. So examples of these are SoFi, Wealthfront, Ally, Marcus Goldman, and I think there's a couple of other ones. So this is passive income, this is inflation protection, and it's one of the easiest financial upgrades that you can do right now, today. Personally, I use SoFi, and not only do they offer a great rate right now, but if you use my referral link, which is in the show notes, you'll get $25 just for opening your account and making a qualifying deposit. And I also get a bonus for referring you. So it's a total win-win situation. But be sure to do your research and look at all of the different apps. And then once you make your decision, if you choose SoFi, which I hope you do, I love it, and that's why I chose it and use it for my money, then be sure to use my referral link so you guys can get that $25. So don't let your money sit still in a regular account. You need to let it grow and support your future by having that interest. Seriously, I cannot stress this enough. It is so important, and it is so easy to get an account set up. So I challenge you to do this today after you finish listening to this podcast episode. Go research those high yield savings accounts, find one that you love, and set it up today. Lesson number 2. I wish I understood how important having a positive money mindset and discipline is. This one is huge, and if you've listened to my prior episodes, you know that I am constantly preaching money mindset. This is bigger than your budget, and it's bigger than a savings strategy because your mindset is the foundation of how you treat your money and how you treat yourself. I used to think I'm bad with money, I'll always be living paycheck to paycheck, and that language shaped my behavior and it kept me stuck in a cycle of self-sabotage. Of course, if I'm always thinking I'm so bad with money, or if you're always thinking we have nothing left and we're always struggling and things are always so hard for us, of course, that's what you're going to experience and that's what you're going to see because that's what you're training your brain to experience and look for. I invite you to try and transform your mindset and see just how much things start to change for you. Once I started practicing discipline over impulse and replacing those negative thoughts with empowering ones, seriously, everything changed. Instead of saying, I can't afford this, I started saying, how can I make this happen? Instead of guilt shaming myself for making a mistake, I practiced grace and I started learning about my patterns. I started learning how I was feeling and what was going on in my life when I started making poor money decisions. So maybe for you, if you have a really bad day at work, your impulse is to go online and do online shopping because that helps you feel better. By identifying those things and working on resolving those issues and changing your mindset and your discipline, you will notice that you have freedom. Your mindset is not some dumb made up thing. It's real and it's strategy to help you. So if this resonates with you, my 10-day money mindset challenge is a great way to start rewiring how you think and how you feel about money. It's short, it's impactful, and it will shift your habits through exercises that you can work on every single day. Lesson 3. I wish I understood the importance of a budget that is tailored to me and my life. Notice how I didn't just say having a budget. Because most of us, we have tried budgeting. We've downloaded a random spreadsheet, or we've copied someone's method from YouTube, or we've done pen and paper. But a budget only works if it fits your life. So I used to force myself into super strict budgets. I cut out everything joyful. I obsessed over every little purchase. And then I crashed after 2 weeks. This is because my budget was not sustainable, it wasn't realistic, and it wasn't designed to benefit me and allow room for joy. What finally worked for me was creating a custom budgeting system that gave me structure and flexibility. It allowed me to plan for bills, for debts, for savings, for investing, and for spending in a way that felt doable. And that's exactly what my budgeting template helps with. It's not a one size fits all. It's built for real women with real lives, not robots. You can modify the budget however you would like. Do you value buying coffee out 2 times a week? Add that into your budget and do an expense audit to see where you can cut costs somewhere else. Once you learn that restricted budgeting will only breed guilt, shame, and restriction in your life, things will change drastically. What seems like a chore and living a miserable life will turn into something you look forward to each payday. You'll assign roles to your money, your bills, savings for things you value, investments, and fun money. You can grab this budgeting template solo or as a part of the budget bundle that I'll talk more about at the end. Lesson 4. I wish I knew more of how to decrease my expenses and to increase my income. So, this one can be a harsh reality for people because more often than not, you'll say that you're living paycheck to paycheck with nothing extra. But after a money mindset shift and a 1 month of expenses audit, honestly, you'll probably see that you're actually spending a lot more than you think on things that you don't really value. So I encourage you to sit down and complete a 1 month expense audit. I have a spreadsheet for this that's available for free and it's linked in the show notes. So by doing this, it allows you to list every expense you have in a 1 month period, your bills, your savings, your wants, your necessities, and you might find yourself kind of surprised at the results. And once you've done that and you've worked on decreasing your expenses, it is true that you can only cut out so much. So at some point, the bigger move is to make more money. Learning how to confidently ask for a raise, how to start a side hustle, sell your unused items on Facebook Marketplace, use cashback apps. All of this adds up and it helps make a difference in your budget. And the same goes for reducing those recurring expenses, which is negotiating your bills, canceling your subscriptions, meal planning. Those little shifts like that have a huge impact. For example, I negotiated my husband's phone bill half to half of what we were paying because I think he has Mint by T-Mobile. I'm honestly not sure though. Um, but he was paying $50 a month. And I called them and I said, "Hey, we've got a offer from a different company for half of what you guys are offering us, which is $50. And we really don't want to have to deal with the hassle of having to switch to a different company. Is there any way that we can get our costs down and still stay with you? Because you guys, you are a paying customer. They're going to do what they can to keep you." So just by doing that, and just by asking that, we were able to cut his phone bill from $50 a month to $25 a month by getting rid of a hotspot and a couple of other things that my husband didn't even use to begin with. So you might be surprised. I know it can be a little scary to call your insurance company for your car insurance or your home insurance or your phone bill or whatever it might be that you have. But the worst thing that's going to happen is that you miss out on that money. Maybe they'll say no, maybe they'll say yes, but if you never try, you never know how much money you could be saving yourself and adding towards your debts or adding towards your savings or adding to your fun money. So I encourage you, just give it a try. And like I said, they might say no, but the worst thing that can happen is you're missing out on that money that they're willing to discount off of the price that you're paying. So try it. Like I said, it makes a huge impact. And let's get into our last lesson, which is lesson 5. You need a $1,000 minimum emergency fund saved up because let's be real, emergencies are going to happen. Flat tires, surprise bills, job changes. And it's not if, it's when. And if you don't have that buffer, it is way too easy to fall back onto your credit cards, to go into panic mode, and to completely derail your budget, you guys. This is why your first $1,000 is so important. This is your peace of mind, this is your power, and this is your protection from spiraling when life throws a curveball at you. I remember when we had finally saved our first $1,000 emergency fund, and I felt so secure knowing that I had something set aside for the unexpected. And even though it's not a huge amount to start with, it's yours and it's your baseline and it gives you that comfort. And the funny thing is not even a week after we had it saved up, I got a flat tire. I ran over a screw or something in the road, and we have all-wheel drive tires. So I had to replace all of my tires, which came out to like $800, you guys. But Instead of being upset about it, I chose to just recognize the fact that that is exactly what that $1,000 is for. That's exactly why it was there, for me to be able to spend it if I needed it. And guess what? I needed it and I used it. And then you just got to work on building it back up again. So that's a huge part of having that discipline to have your mindset shift. Because you could have been upset. I could have been upset. I could have been like, are you kidding me? I just saved up this money. Why does this always happen to me? Anytime I get ahead, life just throws me down backwards. But instead, I chose to say, I have the money to pay for these tires. This is exactly what this money was designed to be used for. I have a car to drive, and I have the money to repair it when it needs to be repaired. It makes a huge difference if you start doing this, and I really, really strongly encourage you that you get this $1,000 saved up before you start putting extra towards your debts or your savings or your investments. That way, when something happens, because remember, it's not if, it's when something happens, you have that money to fall back on and to give you that little bit of a cushion if you need it. So even if you just start with $20 a week, this adds up. So don't underestimate what small and consistent efforts can do for you, you guys. So let's do a quick recap of those 5 lessons. Number 1, get your money into a high yield savings account. So if you're saving for a vacation, you're saving for your kids' college, you're saving for dental work, you're saving for whatever it might be that you need to save for. You need to have that money in a high yield savings account because you will earn money in interest just by having it in that account. And as a reminder, I have that referral link in the show notes for a $25 bonus with SoFi. Number 2, you need to work on your mindset and your discipline. What you think shapes what you do. 3, you need to create a budget that fits your lifestyle. What works for you, your partner, and your family, not someone else's, and not what society says. 4, you need to learn how to boost your income and decrease your expenses. This is where you're going to start seeing real change happening. And 5, you need to build that emergency fund of $1,000 because this will keep you from falling backwards when something pops up, like you need new tires or you had to go to the doctor for some unknown reason and you haven't met your deductible yet. So now you have that unexpected financial cost. And if you're ready to take that next step, I want you to check out the Her Money Mindset Budget Bundle. This includes my budgeting template, which you can edit, and you have visible charts and graphs in there that show you where your money's going, what percentage you're spending on what category, and it's designed to be easy for you to use and work with. It also includes the 10-day money mindset challenge where you'll get actionable mindset shifts every single day for 10 days to improve your money mindset, and you will see results. And it also includes my 2-week budget bootcamp, which I tell you how to decrease your expenses, how to get your budget set up. I have you work on that 1-month expense audit, as well as so much more to really help you be able to stick to your budget and find that wiggle room in your budget that you have been wanting so desperately. This is everything you need to start fresh and actually stick with your plan. You can grab these separately or you can save when you bundle them all together. So you can find this in the link in my show notes, or if you go to my Instagram, which is at hermoneymindsets_, and tap the link in my bio, you can find my links there as well. And as a reminder, I have that 1-month expense audit for free, and that will be linked in the show notes as well. And the link for my SoFi with that $25 bonus is linked in the show notes as well. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. And if this episode resonated with you, be sure to share it with a friend, leave a positive review, or tag me in your stories. Let's keep building that money mindset and let's keep improving every single day. I hope you have an amazing week, and I will see you on the next episode of Her Money Mindset.